Alright guys, hey, I want to help you out with this sort of cost income problem. How do you come up with the equations for your business model? You might have to do some research online to figure this out. I decided that I was actually going to do a lawnmower business. So I was just going to mow some lawns and make some money. This is pretty common. I actually had a friend in high school who started out mowing lawns. He ended up turning it into a landscaping business. And by the time we graduated high school, he had bought himself a $25,000 truck from the earnings he had made off of this lawnmower business. So I'm going to try to model that based on what I think it would cost me. And I had to do some research. Number one, obviously, to mow lawns, I'm going to need a lawnmower. So I looked here on Home Depot website, and I think I decided that I wanted to go with this Lawn Boy push mower. It's gas powered, and that means I also need to consider how much it's going to cost me for gas. And so I looked it up, and it looked like I did some research. It looked like, from what I can tell, it's going to cost me about a gallon of gas per acre that I mow, which is probably good because I'm probably going to charge people by how many acres of their lawn that I mow. So that's probably good that we're dealing in acres. Acre is about 43,500 square feet. That's about a third of a football field-ish, from what I understand. But anyways, gas prices where I live in Ohio, that's about $2.60. So if I do a little math there, that's my cost. It's going to be $2.60 per acre, because I'm going to have to use an entire gallon of gas just to cut 1 acre. And then, of course, I got to add that to the price of my lawnmower, which is $239. That probably doesn't include tax, but just for simplicity's sake, we'll go with that. And you'll notice I don't even see anything on my graph, so I'm going to actually have to go over to the right here to my graph settings, and my y-axis, my x-axis are probably going to have to change quite a bit. My y-axis already is all the way up at 239, so I'm actually going to start it at about 200, and I probably need to go up, I don't know, maybe to 500. So now I can at least start to see my line, and I'm just going to move this over a little bit, and we'll see how that does. Now, income, this is the fun part. I get to play around with it. What am I going to charge per acre? I'm calling X acres and Y the cost, or the amount of money. So I actually should probably label that. So the X is the number of acres, and the Y-axis is the price, or I guess I should just say money. In this equation, it's really how much it's costing me. But you know what? I'm going to make that red, because it's money that is coming out of my pocket, whereas this other one, income, I'm going to make it green. And let's just say that I charge, I don't know, $10 an acre. I'm just going to throw that out there. And again, I'm going to change the color and make it green. And as my scale is right now, I'd have to zoom out quite a bit. And it looks like if I'm charging $10 an acre, it looks like by about 32, 33 acres, I'm already breaking even. So that seems pretty good. If you think about how long it takes you probably to mow a lawn, that might take you a couple of weeks to hit that point of 32 acres. That's quite a bit, unless you have multiple lawnmowers, of course, which would change this model. But $10 an hour, that's pretty good. But you got to remember that this is actually a linear inequality, not just a linear equation. I'm not just interested in this. I'm actually interested in the region up here would be my profit. So to show that, I'm going to change each of these to a system of linear inequalities. I'm going to assume that I'm going to pay at least that much to be on the conservative side, and I'm going to assume that I make no more than this, again, to be on the conservative side. So if I make no more than this and I pay at least this, I'm going to be in this range right here to make a profit. So again, how you calculate profit, just so you know, let's say at 40 lawns, I need to look how much is it costing me and how much do I make, and just subtract it. In other words, it's the difference between these 2 points. So if I look right here at 40 acres, it would actually cost me somewhere around $343, but I would make 400. So 400 minus 343, that's $77, or excuse me, that's $57 that I would make for mowing 40 acres. Now, notice that this gap grows wider and wider, so the more acres I mow, the larger my profit. Way out here at 100 acres, it looks like it's $499 is the cost of that for me, but I make 1,000, so I'm going to make $500 if I can mow up to 100 acres. Now, the question is it worth it? Do I have enough time to mow 100 acres? Is it worth the toll on my body being out there in the sun? Well, that's up for you to decide, but this is how you do it. Make one equation, your cost, and again, the number that goes next to X. These are going to be the things that change over time or based on the amount that you use. And you're probably going to have some kind of startup cost as well that you have to factor in there, and that's this number, the y-intercept. And then usually for your income, it's just how much are you going to charge. And I can obviously play with this. What if I charge $50 an acre? I don't know if I'll get much business, but if that was the case, it looks like I only need to mow 5 acres to break even at that point. So you can play with that, kind of decide for yourself what's reasonable, and hopefully you can get the hang of it. Make sure you ask if you have questions. This isn't too bad if you use the guiding sheet, which I'm going to give to you in just a second.